Namato Ratanatayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Zim, the Buddha and Dhamma and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. Hello, good evening. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of July 2020. And this is a chant Sujan from Varapunya Meditation Center, Aberdeen, Scotland. And hello everyone for listening to this online Facebook Dhamma talk and reflection every night. So I'm here as usual with you all to share and to talk some of my understanding and some of my experiences to you all. And good afternoon and good evening, Manish, Margaret, Karina, and everyone. So today we have been working to prepare, so almost done. Just the final touch needed in the barn for the ordination ceremony on the Saturday. And it was quite a nice place. Initially I thought that I will broadcast from there, but the electricity is not fully connected and it appeared a little bit dark. So as a result, I am in the same place again. So this morning, David ran this support group meditation online for half an hour, which around half a dozen people attended, and I was just there to listen as well. And meanwhile, this is another announcement that this coming Monday, we will be having this Mindfulness Mondays, which in collaboration with the Aberdeen Health and Wellbeing in partnership, which will start 12:30 for 2 hours. So if you're interested, you can contact to the center, or you can go to online Facebook or on a website of the center. So the information is there and you can join with us. It is very informal meditation online, and it's easygoing, and you will have an opportunity to ask questions and share your opinions too. So it's good to have interaction. In fact, I love to have interaction. Even when I go to give a talks, I always look at the audience, and after a few interaction, only then I normally develop my talks for the day. But since I'm giving online talks, sometimes I do have to prepare. Although I'm not following all my preparations, but at least in a few notes I have to make it, just to make me feel comfortable, because no one is helping me. All I'm doing is to talk alone, and then even people say, "Oh, you're talking too much. It's like a madman." A mad Buddhist monk. Anyway. Right, so I hope that you're all having a good time, a wonderful moment, and keeping yourself safe and sound. So, as usual, let's go to the topic of the day on the third noble truth and the third day, which we will be focusing on. And I have explained the third noble truth is basically the Nibbana, the Viraga Nibbana, or extinction. Avinash, I have spoken on that topic, what is the sorrow of life, on a topic on a dukkha, and one of the nights I have mentioned about it. You can follow there. So like that, and yesterday I mentioned that it is not easy to explain, and it is beyond the words, and basically it stops becoming, because the very moment when we are having a becoming, and there are needs to the end, right? And last night I was looking at the TED talk given in Taipei regarding the modern science, and this chap was talking about everything is interrelated. And he the initial talk he gave on the universe, and he was explaining that there are thousands of universes and in dots. It's a beautiful map, he explained, and saying that, and one of those billions of dots, and our galaxy was one of them, and we are in that galaxy. So we are simply a part of the entire this vast galaxy. And we are again, his argument that when it started, there were no such beings that breathes, especially oxygen. So there were more nitrogen and no oxygens at all. And slowly, these beings developed, and what we call the ozones then been developed. And after the ozone developed, and gradually beings been created or developed or revolutionized, and the revolution has brought the beings who has got the lungs to breathe. And his argument that those moments of those beings at that time and gradually merge into every one of us, and even the trees, even the plants, and even us. We all have the same genes. And he is suggesting that each time when we breathe in and breathe out, basically we are interrelated to one another, or the entire vast universe. As we breathe in, basically we are taking the oxygen in, and as we breathe out, basically we are releasing this what's called nitrogen? No, I forgot now. Anyway, the breathing out is basically CO2. Breathing out is basically helping other plants to breathe, and their breathing is basically we are breathing, right? And in this relation, it's like the entire vast universe is breathing in and breathing out. So we are helping, in a way, one another. So if there is no trees or no plants and do not release oxygen, then we will not be able to survive. And in the meantime, if we are not releasing the CO2, then again, carbon dioxide, then again, the plants and other things also will not be benefiting. Yeah? So it is quite interesting to know that the vast majority of the scientists are trying to find and try to investigate and try to give us a new information, and that's somehow it's related to the Buddhism so much. The more you study, the more you listen about the neuroscience, brain surgeries, the universe, the galaxies, then we can see how relevant that Buddha was. And in regards to the thousands of galaxies, Buddha said in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta as well, there are 10,000s of galaxies there. Yeah, like that. So it's really interesting. And further on, this chap was talking about the brain, how it affects. And he suggestions that in the past, no one knows about the iPhone, or no one knows about how to use these technologies. But as these technologies developed, and gradually we are able to use it, and that's how our brains are also working towards it, and developing, revolving it all the time. But nevertheless, his suggestions is that everything is impermanent, and there is nothing that is permanent. A permanent thing is nothing. Yeah? And then again, there is a saying that a permanent is the only impermanent. And everything that's happening, whether it is the pain or suffering or sorrow, and these lamentation, pain, griefs, anything is basically we are attached to those things so much. And whenever we lose them, that generates suffering, that generates pain, and it's very difficult to accept. So the more you have attachment or value to you, when it loses, then it gives you more suffering. It gives you more hardness, and it gives you more pain. But the very moment when we understood that nothing is permanent, that we all are born to die, regardless of what, whether we are going to die early or someone is going to die later or early, we all have to go in the same journey, same door. No one can survive. Even the Buddha didn't survive. Buddha had to give up his 5 aggregates. So that's why, as long as we are attached to our own self, as this mind and a body, or known as Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, so matter, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness, that attachment generates another further more attachment, is attachment to a person who we like, attachment to things that we like, and attachment to everything, and unable to let go. When we are unable to let go of those, whether it is small or big, all based on how much we value it, then that leads to the pain and the suffering. So here, the third noble truth, the nirodha, or the cessation, or viraga, as an extinction of a lust, or nibbana, or nibbida, extinction or blowing out, is basically is another side of the coin. It's like a heat or cold. So temperature is like a cause. Cause, and then heat and a cold is basically how much and where you put the value on. It's you decide it is cold or it is hot. Someone may say, now this weather is so good, we do not feel cold. Like me, I didn't feel cold this afternoon at all. And it's been a couple of months that I haven't wear socks. But for many, they feel very, very cold. They couldn't bear. They need another couple of layers of clothes and wearing socks. And even when they are in the rooms, they need to turn on the electric heaters. So that's why it's based on we value or we experience, and the way we experience is the main root cause of it. So whether it's suffering or this nirodha, basically two sides of a coin. And there is a cause. Yeah? So the nirodha is basically we are eliminating the cause. We are simply taking out the cause. And in order to do that, we are not taking it out because we don't like it. Yeah? So we have to be very careful in this way, that we are not letting it go or letting it away or let go, or we are we just let it be because we don't want it. It's not like that. It's a resistance. There is no negative connotation here at all. You will be letting it go because you have seen it, you have understood it properly. And with that, the letting go will happen without any pushing. And here, I normally give example of going to the toilet. So, and this toilet simile has been very, very successful since I have realized it. And the toilet, right? Why do we go to toilet? So we simply go to the toilet to eliminate or let go of the wastes. But before that, we do not seek for the toilet, or even we didn't ask for the toilet at all. But once, the very moment when we got pain, or when we got a natural need of going to the pee or going to the hard one, and we feel the suffering, we feel the pain, and that's how we think of the toilet, and we go to the toilet. Okay? And once we have done, because this needing a toilet, if I keep it longer, it's more harmful for me, and it's more trouble for me. We have fully understood it. We have fully realized the effect of it. And now, all what we need is to let go. Okay? And that's letting go, as basically we sit in the toilet, and it's wonderful. I call it heaven on earth. In Thai language, it's a beautiful word for the toilet. It says sukha. Yeah? Sukha means happiness. So, toilet is the heaven on earth that we can have it. And there we let go. Yeah? When we let go, and it's not like we are going and thinking about it anymore. We simply let go. So that's why practice of a meditation here, or inside a meditation, is to understand nature as they truly are. The way it is, without any comments, without any color, and without any judgments. The very moment when we realize in its true nature in that way, we don't have to think of a letting go. We don't have to think of, I need to let it go. It will happen in its own time. Naturally, it will happen, and it will be gone, letting go. But if you want to let go, normally, you can think of yourself too. If you want to let go, and most of the letting go, basically the things that you don't want, things that you don't like. But here, letting go in the Nirodha section or the Nibbana section is non-bias, neither the positive nor the negative. There is no pleasant sensation or unpleasant sensation. There is no negative sensation or a positive sensation. There is no pleasant or unpleasant sensations. The state of the mind is simply beyond this good and bad. Right? beyond the good and bad. So that's why in this, during our lifetime, Buddhism always encourages us to cultivate good, wholesome deeds and wholesome actions. And that's basically paving our path, paving our ways to see the truth and inner reality. And later, when we realize the truth, that moment we have to go beyond this good and bad, beyond the wholesome and unwholesome, beyond good and evil. So letting go is not that you want to let it go, but you need to realize it. And that's how it will be eliminated. It will be eradicated. Right? So letting go in a Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the first discourse of the Buddha that we are making it as a base for these talks. Basically, Buddha says 4 words. Chago patinissako mutti analayo. Yeah? So letting go we can do in 4 stages. Chago patinissako mutti analayo. Chago, giving away. Yeah? It's a little bit of like a dana, giving, generosity. And a patinissako is basically having a little bit of a detachment from it. Ability to let go a little bit furthermore. And a mutti is like a vimutti, or like the a mutti, like releasement, vimutti, purification, purified. So we're able to let go a little bit longer. And analayo is basically, we are able to disconnect completely. Analayo. Alaya basically means a place is laying down, or a place where the things will be. Like a Himalaya. And the Himalaya basically means a mountain where the Hima, or the ice laying. Nabhalaya, it's like the sky, where this sky lies. So alaya is basically latent, or living, or dormant, staying with it. Alaya. And now here, analaya means, ana means no. So complete detachment from those things. Right? Complete detachment from that is what is known as the complete freedom, complete release. And that's what a Buddha meant. The very moment when we are able to eradicate or eliminate the greed or craving, the thirst, the tanha, and that is very moment we achieve the enlightenment, nibbana. Right? So this nibbana is basically letting go completely by really understanding what they really are, the true nature of it. And a good simile I normally refer to understand these 4 words that the Buddha mentioned is with the 4 dustbins in our house. One dustbin, the first dustbin, is in our sleeping room. And one dustbin is in our kitchen. And the third dustbin is outside our house. And the fourth, the council has taken away. So the first letting go is like you are in your room, sleeping room, and you have so many things and you write it down and suddenly you realize that, oh, this is not what I am thinking of. So you throw into the bin. But you know exactly where that is. And it's more likely that you can bring it back at any moment, any time. So it's still knowing where it is, and there's still tendency to go back and bring it back again. So that is the chaga, letting go. And the second is, now after you have thrown it away in your bedroom, and now you need to throw it and clean your bedroom. So you take it out from small dustbin to the inside your house in a kitchen, bigger dustbin. You know where it is still, but there is a less chance to go and collect it. But doesn't mean there is no possibility that you go back and search for it and take it out for your own. So this is the second level of letting go. And the third is from the kitchen garden. So from the kitchen, you're putting into the bigger outside. Big dustbin. You still know that the things that you have thrown away still there. You still have that attachment, yeah, but it's already outside of your house. But if you need it, you still go back and bring it back again, which I have done sometimes. Sometimes after I have thrown away and I realize, oh, I can recycle it, so went back and collect, opening all those black bins, black bags, and then trying to find out. And again, in our barn that we are renovating, we have used so many recycling materials. The carpet, the floors, the plastics, and then the rice bags, and these things we have recycled there too. So I love to do that. I'm doing it like that. So probably 40% is recycled in the barn renovation this time, like that. So I normally go back too. But once you have thrown away into the big bag, a big dustbin and a bin outside of your house, you still know and you can go back and collect it again. But the very moment when the council has taken it away, there is no chance that you're going back and get it. So in that moment, doesn't matter how valuable it is, you have to let go it, regardless of what. It's like someone dying or someone's death. Regardless of what, we have to accept that it's gone. We cannot reverse it. Regardless of what, he will not be reborn back again. He will not be regain the breath and reborn, living again, like that. So it's already gone. So that's the anale, and that is the letting go. It's a greater letting go. And these things, stage by stage after stage, it will be developing to understand the true letting go. So I offer this as our ongoing Dhamma talks, and I end here for tonight on the third noble truth. And I think this is a third day on it. And in a few moments time, we will have an evening chanting and guided meditation. You're most welcome to join with us. If not, then see you tomorrow. Until then, good night and see you shortly. Thank you everyone for listening from locally and internationally. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you and stay safe and take care. Sadhu.